life's rough and hard, period. I mean, so, no, I was young. I didn't really think about my mom or nothing. My grandma was my mom to me. Didn't really probably understand if it mattered if a dad or mom was there all the time. You just live, no? So it didn't really affect me too much. I mean, maybe it did, but wasn't aware. Just like a nerdy kid.
Okay.
Like I was a straight A student. I skipped grades and stuff, and I liked school. It was fun to me. I played football, Pop Warner, for 4 years. When we were all equal sizes, I hit harder than anyone. I was like the guy they put in just to hurt people. I was consistent. I remember like if I was a tight end for a year, I never would miss a pass. I just was like a machine, like a robot. When my dad started getting his shit together, I guess you could say maybe, or he thought he did. So he'd move me out, my grandma, and try to raise me on his own, but he was pretty negligent, he's selfish. And so I started like, getting in trouble a little bit. I think I started realizing, I'm not gonna get in trouble with discipline because he's not around. So I started being a bad kid. Like, I wouldn't change anything in my past. It made me who I am right now. So yeah, I kind of was a wild kid for a while. I remember things like my mom and dad, my stepmom and dad would go out or whatever they were doing at night, and then I would be left with my older stepbrother and his brother and my younger stepbrother, and they would tell me things like, you guys are gonna fight, and if you cry, we're gonna beat you up. And then they say, if you make him cry, we're gonna beat you up. So I'd be in situations, I'd just beat him up every time, and then they would kick my ass, and they would like grab my arms and legs and like throw me, make me hit the ceiling and the ground, and they tortured me a little bit. But then in junior high, yeah, that's where it got real bad. Really? I used to fight all the time. So.
Now, why do you think we're getting into those fights? Was it if someone challenged you, or did people?
Well, yeah, because people would want to try to bully people. Mm-hmm. Well, people I think will pick on anyone that allows them to. So yeah, they tried, but I'm the kind of like, okay, you get me now, I'm gonna get you later. And then I would start carrying weapons, and I would just say, it's simple, I solved that problem. And I understand I was carrying them because of fear and things like that, but it protected me because I had no one mess with me. Maybe once, like I said, and not after that. So that's how it was, and from junior high up, I always just stood up for myself. Most of the time I got in trouble was protecting my friends. We'd like up and down, like I kind of would be mature enough, and I would start getting my shit together, like I said, around 18, but then like the hood side would come out, and then when I ended up going to prison, and I wasn't like anyone else in there though. I felt alone in there too, so I was like, I didn't do drugs, I didn't drink coffee, I didn't eat sugar, candy, none of that. I just bodybuilded and worked out, tried to better myself, and said, okay, I'm gonna use this time to make up for all the shit I ever did. And so I was in there 2.5 years, and so I felt like I paid my dues, plus maybe some extra credit. You know what I'm saying? So I because I had a chance. It was a self-defense case, but I knew I was a fuck up, and I was screwing up, and I said, you know what? Why risk trying to take something to trial, even though you was self-defense? You were still fucking up before because you got away with other things. Let's just be a man up, and handle our shit. And I've never went back. Wow. And everyone said, oh, you'll be back. It said 80-90% if you look up statistically that you will go back. And I was like, nah, guys, I'm not like you guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit different. One day my friend was dating a stripper, and he said, man, I know this dude. He trains with Wes Gracie. And he lives in Riverside. I was like, really? I was like, oh shit. It's like, dude, you gotta try this. And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. I was fascinated when I seen that. I went outside and I'm like, oh, I could take this guy, even though I knew I'd seen the art, and he was like my size, you know what I mean? And he mopped me up just like and stuff. And I was like, I loved it. So that's what I'm saying. I never was a bully. You know what I mean? I would bully the bully. That's more how I was. And I was hooked. And in jiu-jitsu, I feel like I found a rhythm, so I understand things. So I feel like my striking, anything I'm taught, like right, I feel like I could play instruments, do anything. Like I put my mind to at this point. I got it back. Like I had it when I was a kid. I lost it, and then I found it again. I needed an outlet for something positive, something tangible. I guess something that I could do that would stay with me forever. And I thought this was real. This is real as it get. It works. It's effective, And that's actually why I ended up leaving, because it wasn't being practical no more with the holding on things when you could see the wrestlers kicking the guys' ass in the UFC, and then hearing Eddie, all the stuff he's talking. And that's when I ended up. Jumping ship up. That was hard for me to do. I've been with Eddie since. Eddie's every night for 4 days a week for like 11, 12 years. He rolls with us. I don't see him duck people. I mean, if he's hurt or something, we're going to go with the bigger guy, but he's He's the legitest instructor I've ever seen. He makes like, that's why I'm like, fuck, I gotta do it. I teach 6 a.m., 11, I teach 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and then I go to Eddie's sometimes. I'm one of the bike ones that still competes, and I want to know if the art works. So, and I'm willing to admit if it's something not working well, and I can kind of see which things I learned in the gi that they're still trying to force with no gi that don't work, and kind of this like the little adjustments that we need. I mean, I seen how like twister stuff, deep half stuff, X guard, when that all started coming into play, and how, what order they came in and how they all kind of fall in together, and how it does with the no gi and gi, like where I don't think people really see that because they didn't experience all that. But as far as competition, at first I would just compete just because I didn't know why, but obviously it's glory, you know, just want to be cool. That's why you don't know why, because you don't want to admit it to yourself. And then, like I said later, now it's like, no, I want to test my art. So EBI is like, no, that's like a privilege, that's like an honor. So it's like, you have to do it if it's available, and if you don't try 110%, then you're kidding yourself. So I didn't think I was gonna do it, but I still was like, I'm gonna stay prepared. And when they called me, I got nervous as fuck. Like for right away, I was like, whoa. And then I started thinking like, well, why are you nervous? And you're like, oh, because you want to dictate the outcome. Like, oh, this is your time, or you got to do, you know, like, how about this? Why can't you just say, hey, if it's his time, it's his time. Let it be. Just go out there and give it your all. And then if it's, you know, if it's your time, it's your time. And then I started thinking like, I was like, why does it even matter? I'm like, oh, you scared your friends are gonna, you know, this, all those things that you need to go. And when you truly can say, you know what, it doesn't matter. And then it was like, all this weight came off my chest, and I literally stopped sweating and everything, and I was like, dude, this is how I live my life. I gotta compete the way I live. And I was like, oh fuck. So it was like this crazy, like how they came together at that moment, and I felt good, the best I ever felt, you know, like ever.